everyone, welcome back to more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Well, last time we were doing more Gutenberg quests. We helped the German Sword Fighters Guild group manage to stake their claim in Gutenberg and show that they had the rightful, what's the word? I don't want to say, like, rightful papers or anything, but they had the go-ahead from the king to make a sword, pretty much a swordsman's guild in the city. But one had already been made while the king has been away. Lack of a better word.
I'm glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Yeah. We'll have to go back to them in a few days, and for now, we're going to go ahead and learn about the wine making. Jerome the caretaker, where are you? Are you him?
I'm supposed to report to you. I'm new here.
Excellent. Another young shoot ready to sprout and produce the delicious fruits of labor.
Right. The shoot. That's me.
Forgive me, young man. I'm always pleased by the presence of someone who enjoys working.
That's great. In any case, I was sent to ask what you want me to do.
You'll start today. Because why wait? There are a few hours left before the velvet blanket of night covers our vineyard.
Of course. I'll get to work then.
Excellent. What enthusiasm. What vigor. As our youngest laborer, you will be in charge of the eternal battle against the weeds that choke our beautiful plants. As soon as you spot one, imagine your King David and uproot that evil from our land forever, just as he uprooted the Philistines from Israel.
If you hand me a slingshot, I can take on Goliath.
We hand out slingshots in autumn when we have trouble with starlings. Apart from that, you'll sometimes see a sack at the end of a row. In it are clippings and bad plants which you will take to the dung heap behind the winery here, where their earthly existence ends in the process known as decay.
All right. That doesn't sound too complicated. Weeding and organizing a funeral for some plants.
To tell the truth, lad, work in the vineyard isn't complicated, but it is hard. I therefore suggest you don the vintner's crown, a straw hat. Do you have any other questions?
What's in this building here?
This is the winery, lad. It's the heart of the vineyard. Of course, the grapes must ripen in the vineyard and are harvested there. But here in the winery they are sorted, pressed, and poured into barrels. As soon as we put the wine in barrels, it travels to the cool and dark monastery cellars, where it ages.
Where can I lay my head?
I shall take you there right away. I have to show you where to take the sacks in any case.
I won't do that.
To it then.
May God bless your work. On you go, lad. Here it is, the final resting place of weeds from our vineyard, and a vast haven for flies, the dung heap. This is where you shall bring the sacks, and moreover, after a hard day's toil, you can lay your head down in that hut over there. Questions?
I still don't actually know what I'm supposed to do.
If the tasks of a vineyard laborer are beyond your comprehension, you are either blessed by the Lord or a simpleton. I repeat, pull up weeds and take any sacks you find to the dung heap here. Now, get to work. The vineyard is large and there's plenty of work.
Okay.
Greetings to you, friend.
Again, if you do hear any noises in the background, that's probably going to be my fan, because unfortunately I do not have central air, so yeah. This is the only way for me to keep cool, and even then, it doesn't work super well. It is unfortunate.
God be with you. Keep.
I know, keep peace and we'll be good. We'll be good.
The peace, and we'll stay friends. Greetings.
points. Hooray. Huzzah.
have more.
Ask a
How are you doing here?
The life of a winemaker is similar to the life of the vine itself. It seems showered with sunshine, but it isn't possible without tenacity and resilience. Here in the vineyard, we wake up and go to sleep with a single thought: how to bring to life a divine miracle, the nectar of wine. For it truly is a miracle. A truly fine wine can enchant kings and priests alike. And if we can create such a wine, then our time in this world has not been in vain.
What does your job entail?
The administration of the monastery vineyard consists mainly of thorough organization. I allot the jobs to the workers and make sure nobody neglects anything. But it's not just about people. I have to take care of the vines themselves and oversee their health and quality every day. True, the Sedlets monastery has many vineyards, but this is one of its crown jewels.
There, y'all can have that.
something last night. Here, Matt. The chicken has had enough.
Kinda just looking for more sacks now.
How are you doing here?
What can I say? It's work. We have to care for the grapes every day. So we're in the vineyard from dawn till dusk. This year it looks like a particularly good harvest. If we don't get any heavy rain, the monastery's cellars will be full.
What kind of grapes do you grow here?
Monastic.
No, I meant, white or red.
You don't know much about grapes, do you, lad? There are many other types of grapes than just white and red. Here on the slope it is mainly red St. Lawrence. But the white Riesling thrives here too, mainly on rocky soil. Personally, I have nothing but praise for it. God bless you, sir.
I think I did quite a bit. Enough to earn my wages anyway. I haven't find any other bags, so I assume we did alright.
Ah, excellent. Our youngest laborer returns after a day surely filled with hard work.
I did the best I could.
Lad, your exemplary diligence brings me great joy. And because I trust you, I'd like to ask you a favor.
Absolutely. How can I help?
Our wine ages in the monastery cellars, but every now and then a few bottles find their way back home to the vineyard. I keep them in the cellar here, and after a hard day's work, even my finely honed tongue needs whetting. Go to the cellar and fetch a bottle, lad.
Fine. I'll fetch one.
Good doggy. Good boy.
This crate smells like sulfur. This could be it. Here you are, Master Custodian. A bottle of wine and the key to the cellar.
Ah, well now, I nearly forgot about that. At my age, thoughts are as fleeting as swallows in autumn.
Well, as long as they come back in the spring.
Sadly, not always, lad. Some stay in the warmer climes forever. And that's exactly why I need wine. You get some rest. There will be more Sisyphean tasks to do in our vineyard tomorrow.
out of here. Without being seen.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I'm back. It looks like wood chips soaked in sulfur. It stinks a bit.
They were smoking barrels with this. Sulfur is the stink of hell, and this is a monastery vineyard.
Maybe there's another reason. The miners in Scalitz used to say where there's sulfur, it's easier to breathe. Healthier air.
But it stinks to high hell.
So do many noble delicacies. And they're still delicious.
I suppose you're right. I'll give it a try. I hope it doesn't make my wine weak. Here's your reward, like we agreed, and something to read. I don't want you saying I didn't do you right.
I almost forgot. I have the seedlings.
Ah, I'm curious what they'll grow into. You've made me doubly happy, Henry. So, here's a little something on top for you. Farewell.
Let's get back. I don't know if this is counting as trespassing.
Clear off and don't bother me.
Nope. Okay.
Clear off. Corva, you thief! You've no business here.
Alright. Never mind then. Frick you, game. I guess we don't need to worry about it. We got Quest Tipster there. Oh, we got plenty of nourishment. Why don't we go over there and see what's what? I'm curious. Alright, one more out. Oh, wait. Eight o'clock?
Why is it open? I always close the door. I've plenty of time to fight you. Huh? What are you doing? Greetings, my friend.
What's going on around here?
You know how I told you about Pavel from Vysoka? The one they gave a beating?
What about it?
Well, they had good reason.
Why is that?
Can you believe he robbed the whole village blind and vanished? Nobody knows where to. And
Yep.
now the Suchdol captain is searching for him. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. What's going on around?
I haven't, and you won't find it
Where can I...
behind the tavern. I'll be with you, sir.
Small camp by the river, a few logs, a small fire pit, some wayfarer with a little cart. He nods at you in greeting when he sees you. Yeah. See if they're selling anything.
God bless you. Good man. I have some wares for sale.
Good day. Oh, God.
You're telling me? Herrgott. Life has been hard. Ich heiße Hänselin. I am an innkeeper, but my inn has been razed to the ground.
By Sigismund's army.
Ich weiß nicht. Möglich. We were lucky to flee before those human Schweine got there.
Yes, you were lucky. I've had some pretty bad dealings with that unholy rabble. But you'll find scum everywhere.
Yeah, the roads are full of our own countrymen who would...
I've killed a few of those bastards, and it hasn't bothered my conscience in any way.
Ich glaube dir. I see you have the guts for it, junger Herr.
Have you got any...
Ja, danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Good to see you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad so far.
I hear there's a bounty on...
Nicht so sehr auf ihn. Apparently, it was some rare manuscript for the Settlers Monastery, and they're willing to pay handsomely for it. Warum fragst du?
I've already had the pleasure of meeting him.
Ach so. And would you help me with them? You just have to catch him and bring me that blasted book.
How big is...
You will not believe it, but I hear it is more than 1,000 groschen.
And what was that?
Ich habe kein...
Where does my...
On the road.
I'll do it.
Glad to...
I understand. I heard you've been looking for...
You heard right. He's a laborer from nearby village, Visoka.
What was it he stole?
A few small valuables, some boots and a book.
How did you find him out?
Well, he disappeared just after the robberies.
And couldn't someone else have done it?
I doubt it. Supposedly a poor boy, and he disappears overnight without a word of farewell. Might as well have confessed.
Where might he have gone?
In these parts, only Kuttenberg.
How can you be so sure?
On account of that book he stole, he wouldn't be able to sell that anywhere else.
Supposing I try and find him.
You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. You think I've got time to run around Kuttenberg looking for some petty thief?
So I'll have a look around and try to find him. Maybe he tried to sell someone that loot.
I was thinking that too. If I was you, I'd ask one of the traders in Kuttenberg about him.
Servus.
Greetings to you two.
quests in the Devil's Den area too.
I'll grant you health.
Greetings. What would you like?
Has anyone tried to sell you any valuables? A ring or a medallion? Or a rosary, perhaps?
I don't deal in those sorts of goods. Try an ordinary trader. So that if the city decided to turn against him again, we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves. Turn against Sigismund.
Look what I have for you.
Enchant. I reckon that's a good thing. One for the trouble. God bless.
The taste is...
It's always ordinary folk that get the short end of the stick, while the nobles are all fine and dandy.
Look, go and pick what you want, but don't talk like that here. Was wünschst du?
Has anyone...
No. No one offered me anything like that. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a thief.
Well, no one like that would get far with me. This is an honest shop.
And where else could he sell that kind of stuff?
Well, there's some folks who wouldn't bat an eyelid at stolen loot. Try the hole in the wall tavern in Hoprink, where no decent Christian would be seen dead. The place is run by innkeeper Mole. You might get something out of him.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Und viel Glück für die Zukunft.
What do you have? fountain. Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Haven't been to this side of the city. Fun, fun.
Come closer, don't be shy. What can you do?
What kind of pig was sitting here?
Maybe you're not playing for the first time. How can I help you, sir?
I need a place to sleep and something to eat.
It would be an honor, good sir. And for how long?
I need to...
No problem. But you...
Agreed. I'll pay. Here's the money.
Agreed then. The room's yours. Anyone can sleep like a king here. And if you're hungry, there's some food in the pot.
Is it true you hold fights here?
No bloody way. What we do here has nothing to do with fighting. Teeth fly in all directions. Bones crack. Blood flows. It's a bloodbath.
That sounds like something for me.
As you wish. But if Damian, Zavish or Goliath slice you into schnitzel, don't come crying to me.
You can't scare me. I'm in.
Have it your way. I warned you. First, pay me the entry fee.
Here.
Well, let's see. A fight with Damian is first up for you. If he doesn't get you by force, he will certainly get you by pure stench alone.
Ew.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Zavish is up second. When he fights, it's a joy to behold. But there's this one catch. When he's sober, he's not worth a damn. If you want to fight with him, you have to make certain he's got some drinks in him.
And can't you get those drinks into him yourself? You run this place, don't you?
I could, but Zavish has quite a tab here already, so he won't get even a drop on the house anymore. But I won't let him fight if he's sober. Do with that what you may. The last one is Goliath, our champion. Nobody's ever defeated him here.
Maybe I'll be the first.
I know Goliath, and I know what he's capable of. If you value your life, when you go down, stay down. Well, and that's that. We hold the fights in the building next door. The lads will already be waiting for you there. And one more thing. No giving up. You fight as long as you're standing, and if you lose, well, you'll see.
Wonderful. What's new in the city?
Oh, there was this bloke here in fancy clothes. His name was Johann Parler. He said he was looking for a blacksmith who'll take on any job. Why don't you go and see him? I think he said he lived in the inn, in the merchant's quarter. And that's about it.
That doesn't sound bad. Thank you, innkeeper. Where can I find my room?
The guest rooms are upstairs. Yours has a green wreath above the door.
Why did he start fighting?
I'm a hungry beggar with almost no teeth. What have I got to lose here?
The innkeeper said the fellas often break bones here. Aren't you scared of that?
That's a load of shit. Mole likes to exaggerate. Just because it happened a couple of times doesn't mean it's common. Did he also tell you Goliath beat someone to death here?
No.
Don't worry. It was a long time ago.
Come and fight.
All right, then. But I have another proposal. Mole gets his share from the fees, but only the winner gets the spoils. So, what would you say to a wee bet? So us weaker fighters have a chance?
You know, why not?
Mighty kind of you. Ready?
Punch his face in!
Fuck you! Bring it on, Colin! Such a wanker, and he kicks my arse.
What do you mean, wanker? Getting your ass kicked once wasn't enough?
Just you wait. Zavish will wipe that smirk off your face. Here, take the money and get out of my sight, you prick.
Can't get your ass kicked again.
Look, everybody! Twins!
Could you please explain why you only fight when you're in your cups?
That's easy. When I'm sober, I get easily distracted and find it hard to focus. The booze clears my head, and I can think only about how to rough up the churl in front of me.
Would you like to raise a cup with me?
Do I know you?
Of course. You don't remember me? We were drinking here together a few days ago. If I hadn't put a few coins up for you, Mole would have skinned you alive.
Ah, well, I don't remember anything about that, but it sounds like me. I'd be happy to drink with you. Here you go. My treat. But not a peep in front of Mole. He mustn't find out I have money, or he want me to pay for everything I owe.
I'll bring you something.
Don't take too long. I'm thirsty.
Would you like some?
Me?
Here's something.
Oh, infinity alcohol? Wow.
I was pretty damn thirsty. Bottoms up.
How'd you feel like fighting?
No, not yet. But we're all...
Another drink?
You're a fella I don't meet every day. Gloria!
Well,
Absolutely.
should we fight?
Aye! But what do you say to a bet?
Good idea.
Sacre. I can't... Well, I trust you. If worse comes to worse, I'll lose on it. Let's fight!
No mercy!
Two on one? What kind of shit is that?
Oh, keep. Poof. There we go.
Good, good. My skull's still spinning from it. Or is that from the drink? Lord knows. You get the whole bet, and don't drink it up right away. I'm sorry.
Don't hold things up.
Looks like Mole is pretty certain you're gonna win. Is it true no one's ever defeated you?
Oh, I reckon it's really true. But it wasn't for lack of them trying, you know.
Where'd you learn to fight like that?
My father gave me thrashings when I was little. He only stopped when I broke both his hands. Ever since then, no one's defeated me.
Should we fight?
No problem. So, come and bet. You can't take any groschen to the grave anyway.
Well, why not? Here you go.
Now, say goodbye to your life. Ha! Kick his teeth out the other side of his face. Don't try that on me. Ha! Watch and learn. Come on, man.
Rip his guts out!
Wake it!
Get moving, you lazy bum! Get a move on you, snake! Rip his guts out! Take him down! Take him down! Move on, you snail! Oh, today it's a load of rubbish!
Poof. Got him.
Bastard. I've been crushing men's bones for so long, and then this squirt comes along and... Fuck me.
You know how it is. Everything has to end someday.
Yeah, fuck you. You should tell Mo about it. His head's gonna explode when he hears you beat me. Maybe I'll inherit this place then.
I won all the fights.
No fucking way. Goliath isn't the undefeated champion anymore. Who'd have reckoned?
Couldn't last forever.
Anyway, the reward is yours. Here you go. One for Damian, another for Zavish, the third for Goliath, and a fourth one, just for surviving.
Thanks.
By the way, if you haven't had enough fighting yet, go and look around the cemetery at St. Bartholomew at night.
The cemetery? It's a bit late for fights there, isn't it?
If you meet who I'm talking about, you'll be glad if you don't end up staying there.
What do you have?
I hope you'll be satisfied. Take good day to you.
Has anyone sold you a few small valuables recently? A ring, a medal, or a rosary? A kind of ornate one?
What's it to you? How would I end up if I went around telling everyone about things like that? No one would sell me anything again.
Greetings.
Don't worry. No one will find out.
How can you be sure?
Because I need it to be kept quiet too.
Why's that?
Are you testing me?
A little. To see if you know how to keep your mouth shut.
And? Have I convinced you?
I suppose so.
So, was there someone here like that? Maybe a young fella, kind of bashful.
Aye, he was here. I bought a silver ring, a medal, and a rosary from him, just like you said.
And do you know where I can find him now?
I don't.
You're not much help to me.
I'm not clairvoyant. But he also wanted to sell me some book.
And? What of it?
I didn't buy it. I don't get much call for books among my customers. So I sent him to the book merchant. Try him.
Yeah. I reckon there's not much else I can do. Show me.
Wonder if you have that jewelry on you. Oh yeah, he does have it all.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
What do you... A regular for life. And beyond. Is that today's special? Or is it part of the decor?
Greetings to you.
I reckon he's been sitting here a while.
I don't feel much like moving somehow.
I'm sorry.
The service might be a bit slow here.
It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
Is that today's special, or is it part of the decor?
Hail!
God be with you. About that business with Menhard.
What's this Kuttenberg sword fighting brotherhood?
They're just some Kuttenberg burghers who want to train in sword fighting. And why should the martial arts be the privilege only of the nobility, right? They founded it themselves, with the consent of the city council. They invited here Master Nicholas from Prague to take charge. Nevertheless, apart from actual swordsmanship, it's the butcher Emmeram who has the final word in everything. I'm sure you've noticed him, eh? Oh, anyway, the whole thing was his idea.
And who's this Master Nicholas from Prague?
Actually, I don't know much about him, but he's an excellent swordsman, and Emmeram vouched for him in everything else. Although, from what I've heard, it suited him to get out of Prague. But that's his business. We won't talk about that.
Oh? How's that? Did he commit some crime?
No, he's no criminal.
So what's his story then?
I'm not some fishwife. I don't go poking my nose into people's affairs.
Well, if you don't tell me, God knows what I'll start imagining. I wouldn't want that.
Oh, all right. So you don't get the wrong idea about him. Nicholas had some debts in Prague, and Emmeram needed a master swordsman. So he bought them out to secure Nicholas's obligation to come here and be the master swordsman. That's all. So, that's how Nicholas ended up being the master swordsman in Kuttenberg.
Ah, I understand. I'm relieved to hear it's nothing dreadful. What's all this squabbling with Menhard about?
Well, you've already heard the whole story. Basically, Menhard has a charter from King Wenceslas. Only the king didn't know his subjects had already set up a sword-fighting brotherhood here. If he had known, who knows how he might have decided. Menhard just turned up at an awkward time, that's all.
Well, it's a tricky situation, all right. I reckon being a councillor is no cushy job.
Indeed. There are times when it's not easy. For instance, when there's an army led by a surly king amassed before your gates.
Master Butcher Emmeram walks around like he owns half of Kuttenberg.
True enough. It's hard not to notice, eh? He's doing everything he can now to heal the scars to his dignity.
Scars? What caused those?
Just a little friction between our butchers.
I'm sure it's nothing you have to keep quiet about, eh? I've got a feeling there's a good story in it.
True, it's sort of public secret anyway. You see, when Sigismund was appointing a new council, Emmeram was expecting to get a seat on it.
Only he was beaten out of it by Cromdell the armorsmith, which naturally put his nose out of joint quite a bit.
Ah, I see. So now he's trying to make a name for himself for next time.
That's what I think, and his efforts with the sword-fighting hall have been quite successful. Farewell.
Grüß Gott. Servus, guter Mann. What can I do for you?
I'd like to ask how things work here in the city.
Ja, was willst du?
Where can I find the bailiff?
Ist alles in Ordnung? If he is not in his room, then he must have some important work to take care of in the city. If you need to report a crime, you can tell me or the commander of the guard at the monastery gate.
Where can I find a respectable tavern?
Kommt drauf an. The Emperor Charles wine cellar has the best wine. But you, sir, might be interested in the Inn zum Eisenadler in the Blatnerska district.
I'd like to find some work in town.
Then ask around in the taverns. The local innkeepers know best what's happening around town.
And what about here with you?
Nein, das geht nicht. We don't need anyone here in the Rathaus right now. We also have enough men in the city guard, and don't need any wolf pelts or meadow flowers either.
I heard King Sigismund is in the city. Where's he staying?
Jedenfalls nicht hier. The monks of Sedlitz offered him ihre Gastfreundschaft of their monastery, and so he lives with them. Personally, I think it's better this way. The wolf eats, yet the goat gets to live.
And does he go among the people? Can I see the king somewhere?
Nein, kannst du nicht. King Sigismund now hardly leaves the monastery and receives all his legations there.
What's the best way to find one's way around here? I've never been in such a big city.
Ich verstehe. Kuttenberg is the second city of the kingdom after Prague. But it isn't difficult to find your way around here. The city is divided into individual districts by the larger streets and into its upper and lower parts by the walls. Die dreckigen Werkstätten are mainly below on Hopbrink. All smithies, foundries, and above them a lot of smoke. Gleich daneben there are die alten Minenschächte, the mining shafts, though entering them is forbidden.
Interesting.
At the Rathaus you will find the grain market, butchers' shops, and our richest Blatnerska and Kupecka districts. The poorer people hingegen live in the Česká and Havířská district by the northern walls.
And that's all?
Oh, ich sage es nur ungern, but if I were you, I'd avoid the horse market and the Hradec district. These are the nests of vice und Verbrechen. Streets full of thieves and swindlers.
Has anyone sold you a manuscript recently? A richly illuminated one, and probably about the life of St. Francis?
Indeed, a very nice piece of work. Although, that fellow who sold it to me was damn suspicious.
Yeah, I suppose you were wondering how someone who looked like he hadn't got 2 groschen to rub together came by a book like that.
Exactly.
Well, then why did you buy it? If you suspected it was stolen?
So that nothing would happen to it, of course. Supposing he couldn't sell it, what then? It could end up thrown in a ditch, or worse again, in the fire.
Fair enough. Look, you wouldn't happen to know where that fella went afterwards?
Well, he did ask me about the local cobblers. Said he wanted to become an apprentice.
And where did you send him?
To the town center. That's where the only cobblers in the city are.
I'll have a look at the...
Oh my goodness, there's so many books.
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Show me your...
Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
I caught him just as he was stuffing the goods in his bag. Imagine! He even threatened me when I called...
What can I do for... Show me... What can you do, sir? Show me your...
I'm glad you found what you were looking for.
What do you have for...
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Show me...
Thank you, sir. And come again.
Show me...
Wonderful day for a wonderful purchase.
show me your... What do you... I'll have a look at...
Fine wares.
Knives! Knives for sale! Iron and steel!
What will it be?
I'll have a look.
Closing. Last chance.
Kauft ein! Kauft ein! Ich schließe bald! Kommt und... My humble respect.
Good day to you. Good thing you're here. I was just about to close. Greetings. What?
Tell me about your sword.
It's really wonderful. I never thought I could become a sword fighter, but Master Nicholas has taught me a lot, and I'm getting much better. Emeran did a great job thinking it all up and organizing it. He'd done the whole of Kuttenberg a great service.
Was there a youngster here recently asking about an apprenticeship?
There was a fella like that.
And did you take him on?
I did. Just on trial for now, though.
Aha. And where can I find him?
In the workshop at the back. But why? Is he in trouble? He seems like a decent lad.
No, he's not in trouble. I just need to have a word with him.
Go ahead, then.
What do you have?
are you doing here?
You weren't expecting to see me again so soon, were you?
I wasn't. That is... I'm glad to see you again, Henry.
Really? Why? So that you can explain to me why you played such a dirty trick on me?
I'm sorry, Henry. I really didn't mean to trick you.
You told me that you were going to plant the stuff on pivots and that everything would be returned afterwards.
Yeah, I told you that.
Well, then why the fuck didn't you? Why did you disappear? Why did you steal those things? Christ's sake. This way you've lost Ursula completely.
Henry, I lost her the day I was born, Paul. Even if Pivets didn't get her, I'd never have got her father's blessing.
So why did you ask me to steal those things?
I really thought for a while that it all made sense. After all, Pivets is such an arsehole. But then...
But then what?
But then I realized what a nasty thing it would be to do. Even though he is an arsehole, Pivets didn't deserve that. And Ursula certainly didn't.
Why didn't you tell me you'd changed your mind? Why didn't you stop me?
I don't know. I suppose I was tempted by the coin I could get for those things.
So it was just the coin you were after?
Don't you understand, Henry? Without that silver, I'd never be able to leave the village or start learning a trade. I'd spend the rest of my life breaking my back for someone else as a hired hand. What kind of life is that?
When did you change your mind?
When I went to see Ursula's father.
You wanted to ask for her hand? Even though he'd already promised her to Pivets?
No. I just wanted to talk to him out of giving her to Pivets. Because he's such a bastard. You know, I wanted to be sure there was no other way than the trick we thought of.
And what did he say to you?
He said he's known that long since. But he wouldn't be around for long and he didn't want Ursula to be left alone. At that moment, I realized how shameful it was. What I was doing.
Because of him?
That too. But mostly because of Ursula.
Why didn't you ask for a coin?
And who'd give it to me? Don't tell me you would.
I'd give you coin. You only had to ask. It never had to go this far.
But I never believed anyone would be that generous.
What am I to do with you now? The captain at Suchdol is looking for you.
Henry, please. Tell him anything but the truth. Look, I finally got myself a decent livelihood here.
I'll have to think it over.
I hope you can find in your heart a little of God's mercy, Henry. Farewell, sir.
I want to go back for the boots. Maybe I can return all the stuff and it'd be fine. Everyone gets their stuff back.
What do you have?
I don't see the boots.
Nothing to your liking, sir.
I've been tricked so many times, I prefer...
The reasons. What do you...
Show me.
There we go.
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
What do you have?
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Good. Alright, we have all the items.
Give me some more time. I'll figure it out myself. Welcome.
What's new?
Nothing much.
I'd like to.
What do you...
Alchemy is.
All right, then.
Two of you had that quarrel, she turned her back on the whole family.
I tried to make peace with her.
Good day to you. Are you? Johann Parler is my name, from the Parler Building Works. I think that name should ring some bells.
I'm truly pleased to meet you, sir. So, what do you need? Nails? Carpenter's axes?
Close, but not quite. I need something, let's say, a bit more delicate.
No, if you're paying decently, why not? A pile of groschen can please a fella so much that he forgets to ask unpleasant questions.
It seems we see eye to eye. But don't worry, the job is neither difficult nor dangerous. You've never heard of my father, Peter?
I can't say as I have.
He had a divine gift, but he didn't get the chance to see all of his wonderful buildings completed. That task fell upon my shoulders.
It must be a great honor to continue with such a great work of architecture.
Honor? A great responsibility is what it is. Imagine I make a bad decision or make a mistake in the calculations. And this building, which my father oversaw for so many years, suddenly comes tumbling down. And that's why I called for you. Construction work is going slower than I'd hoped. Nevertheless, I'm still thinking ahead. Therefore, I'd like to conceal a protective talisman among the roof beams of the cathedral.
Why is that a problem?
Talismans don't grow on trees. I know of 3 here in town, but they're not for sale.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
The first is the horseshoe hanging above the door of the tailor's at the horse market. They say he once got lost in a snowstorm, and St. Martin himself found him and brought him by horse to the town. He gave him a horseshoe as a reminder.
My word. That tailor was damn lucky.
Don't speak, just listen. The next talisman is a commemorative coin set into the cellar wall above the tavern across from the town hall. And the third is a nail somewhere in the beams of the potter's house in the Czech quarter. They say he brought it from Sedlet's monastery years ago. I want you to get all 3, smelt them down, and forge an axe out of them that I can use to protect St. Barbara's. Putting a carpenter's axe in the truss work is an old tradition.
And no one will know it's made out of a horseshoe and a coin. Stealing, forging magical items, isn't that all a bit dangerous?
Perhaps a bit, but doesn't the house of God deserve protection more than a few burghers?
Well, if you think so, why don't you try explaining it to them? It won't be an easy job, sir. And it won't be cheap either.
Have no fear. This is not a matter I intend to scrimp over.
offer.
All right, I'll do it. If the pay is good.
It'll be more than good. Have no fear. But don't come to see me before it's done. The less we're seen together, the better. Till we meet again.
I'm sorry. I went to see him, but he threw me out.
I'll
drink
say,
to
my
that.
friends.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, read, kidder. You wouldn't happen to have any work for me, would you? I'll tell you, we could use a canny bloke like you. Set yourself down here. And if you take the job, you get a heap of chink.
What do you want me to do?
A cout lad. A strong bloke. I can see you're not for here. We have a bit of fash we need a hand with.
I see. I mean, I actually don't. I'm not a miner.
And that's just why I need a bloke like you. Look, I'm Vlak, gaffer of the St. Anthony Pit. They call us the Striped Tonies.
Yakkers? Striped Tonys?
Aye? There's a heap of shafts here in the mound, and each has its own gang of yakkers, miners, who all think they're the canniest. Only now, our festival is coming up, and there's always some backcast around it.
Backcast, you say? Tell me more.
Aye, trouble, fash. King Wenzel himself gave our mound the privilege to hold a Grand Pitman's Shoot Fest.
Shoot fest? Like a competition?
And every shaft has its own champion. Winning is a great honour, and we've won the last few years every time. But this year it's fucked. Our Anthony got lost and we can't compete without him. And the Saints are behind it. They want to bring us to our knees.
This Anthony is another miner.
He's no bloody miner. St. Anthony, the patron of our shaft. We have him on our stang.
On your what?
On what's standard. Like on a pole.
And who are these thieving saints?
Yaggers from the All Saints shaft. They've had a howfin scene before, but now they're up to their oxters in water. And they blame us for it. Only that's bollocks. They only have themselves to blame for it. Their gaffer, Jorg Preng, he pushed it too fast. So now he's all worked up that they're digging like mad. And they're now to show for it.
So, what's all this to do with me?
We need a fella that the Saints don't ken. Someone who can get in their alehouse and nick our stang back. I'm certain they're hiding it there. There'll be a heap of chink in it for you, kidder, if you can do this for us.
Where can I find that alehouse?
No, brother. It's in the Italian quarter near the upper church. You can't miss it, kidder.
Alright. The church can't be hard to spot.
The saints meet and play dice beneath the alehouse. There's only one way in from below, through an old abandoned mine shaft.
Where can I find the entrance to this shaft?
On the slope, right below the paths of the Radic Fortress Gate.
What does your standard actually look like?
It's a red and white stang, like a pole, with a carving of St. Anthony on it, and owl gilded at the top.
Alright. I'll take care of your fash for you. But it'll cost you some chink.
I'm glad to hear it, kidder. I could see you're a canny lad. You'll definitely get a nice boyfriend, but be careful. That foreman bringer theirs is a right awful bastard.
Thanks. I'll be careful.
See you later, my friend.
And all the elf could have known that the saint would fuck us over like that.
Oh man, wonderful. Okay. I think I'm going to call it there. A little early today, but it is what it is. I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll play some Pokemon Infinite Fusion then. So, yeah. Again, thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.